The next thing is our cultural conditioning. I feel like our culture makes youth to feel like much not expected of them, and they should only come. Like I recall that all these comedy things in Nigeria where they say whenever it's election time, the politicians will go to the universities, get the court guys and the various groups, and make them to start fighting with each other and things like that. So the youth are just used like the empty vessels to come and make noise. When they are finished fighting, they will give 2 million, invite Davido and Olamide to come and sing for them. I feel like cultural conditioning, it works for that older generation that does not want to go on retirement and does not want to catch up with the times. It does not work for the youth. That conditioning of making youth to feel like nothing is expected of you for now, you are just a youth, you are still a child. That just leads me to the next thing I usually tell people, like, I don't want to hear that saying again of youth are the leaders of tomorrow. No, youth are the leaders of today. Youth are not the leaders of tomorrow. Because when they say youth are the leaders of tomorrow, they're waiting for tomorrow to start leading. They start leading today. Youth are the leaders of today. There's this Kanye West lyrics where he says, because he's thinking in the future, so your present is his past. So he has that wordplay where he's talking like, and I tell people like, the present is just a consequence. The past is the lesson you should learn from, but the future is what you should be working in and you should be working for. Because what has already happened, like I don't get agitated to be talking about bleeding in other, the hashtag bleeding in Congo, Anglophone crisis, SARS. Those are just consequences. And there's only as much as you can do about the consequence. What will happen about the SARS thing now. It will happen. Because the engine has already been put in place for it to happen. All the wrong decisions have already been made for that to happen. But now it's work, and that's where other societies and other communities are more than us, because they sit and they start thinking. So he has eaten rice and bread today, but he starts thinking, oh, let me plant food. He has even kept in his warehouse enough food for 50 years, where he knows that he will eat enough food till he dies. But he's still planting for the generation that to come. And that generation comes and they meet enough food for their whole lifetime and start planting for grandchildren generation. That's how so you see communities like the Jews and the Chinese very successful, because he's not thinking out of desperation. He's not desperate because he's not making decisions because he has to eat today. He already has food to eat today. He's thinking because he has understood that who prepares for me, I have to prepare for the next. So he's thinking of a very comfortable place, and that's a place which you can be very innovative, you can take certain risks, because it's not a matter of life and death. But the African youth does not have that luxury, because as soon as you graduate, you have to pick up that first job that comes your way, because your parents are going on retirement, and then maybe they have someone else to pay rent and then start footing those bills. So you just jump in, passion or no passion, value or no value. And then we only start agitating when the consequences are coming. No, some people should be agitating, but at least a good number of people should pull back from that agitation and then think. What is causing this problem now, and how can we solve it down the line? What is already happened now will happen. We might just, how they say, damage control. We might just control the damage, but the damage will happen. But what we can do is to prevent further damage or some other damage from happening. So I really feel like youth should stop thinking like leaders of today and think of leaders of tomorrow. They'll have all these songs that will make us to sing on Youth Day. Youth are the leaders, youth are the leaders of tomorrow. No, we don't want to sing that song again, my man. You go and be leading for tomorrow. We want to be leading. And then they will convince us that because we are young, we'll see tomorrow. There's no guarantee. It's youth that are shooting on that street. So Buhari will even live longer than that youth that have shot on that street. You were convincing that you'll be the leader of tomorrow. Now he is dead. You are still alive. Who is the leader of tomorrow? My man, you go and live tomorrow. You want to